Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebanson and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show for y'all, man. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, man. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So let's get into today's topic, man. So this Max Kellerman, Rich Paul podcast is turning into something else that I didn't expect it to be, right? I thought it was going to be, Max up there twerking it up for Rich Paul, just blowing hot hair up, you know what? Pretty much what Steve Nash has been doing on Mind the Game, right? Or Game to Mind is, I think, Ticket TV said. But Game to Mind. But anyway, I thought it was going to be that. But to my surprise, Max Kellerman has really been giving it, like, he's been pushing back on some of these topics. Like, he's been pushing back. Now, you guys know that Rich Paul obviously is LeBron's agent. LeBron, is his biggest client. And he's always there to support LeBron, as he should, right? He's his client and his friend, so that's what he should do. Excuse me. So, in any case, he's going to defend him. And Rich is amongst the people that feels like LeBron James is the GOAT. But if you've listened to Max Kellerman over the years, you will know that he's always been a Jordan guy. Now, Max has had some pretty wacky comments as well, like Kawhi Leonard is more clutch than Kobe Bryant. Like, he said some stuff, Tom Brady's going to fall off a cliff. Remember that. But through and through, he's been a Jordan guy, right? He's always said Jordan is the greatest player. So during one of their latest episodes, they were discussing, what were they discussing? Yeah, they were talking about the NBA Cup. And apparently, Rich Paul was in Vegas to attend the Cup, and from what I remember, Max Kellerman, I think, watched bits and pieces of the game, or he didn't watch the full game, something like that. But anyway, they were talking about the NBA Cup, and they were talking about Wemby. And then somehow, some way, the conversation shifted to, like, Wemby's ceiling, and then it got to Michael Jordan, and it got to LeBron James. And then as they're talking about this, Max Kellerman tells Rich Paul to his face that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron, and he's on a totally different level. And I'm like, whew. So this is really happening, huh? But before we even get into their exchange that they had on their show, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds, and I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to play what Max Kellerman had to say to Rich Paul here on the show, and we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to these guys here.
But his impact on the game, even in that condition, when you're like, that's not good, Wemby, is so ridiculous that every now and then a guy comes along. You and I debate MJ, LeBron. MJ to me, number one. And by the way, I think decisively number one, and I think LeBron is decisively number two. However, and obviously you feel differently. However, every now and then a guy comes along and you go, can he replace LeBron one day, for example?
Replace him where?
Replace MJ one day, for example, LeBron. LeBron came along, you're like, can he, like, every now and then you put your eyes on a guy and you go, maybe that dude is the one who can displace Michael Jordan at the very top. And I haven't seen that happen yet. I think LeBron's come closest.
See, but here's my question.
But what I'm saying is Wemby is the new guy who I look at and I go, I just wonder, can he be known as the best player ever one day if he stays healthy? Because his impact on the court is ridiculous.
But see,
he was not having a great game, and and they beat the Thunder.
Yes, but let me ask you a question. When I was a kid, right, and I had a ton of trophies. I was a pretty decent Muni League sports player. And I would get my trophies and I would put them up, and I would get another trophy, put it up there. I never took a trophy down. So when you talk about replace, it's like, no, Michael Jordan's up there. If someone else comes along and they go on the same shelf as Michael Jordan, which is, i.e., LeBron, you put him up there. Kobe goes up on the shelf with Michael Jordan. I now think Steph Curry goes up on the shelf with those guys.
If you think Steph Curry is on the same shelf with Michael Jordan,
I think Steph.
Are you?
Here's what I think. I didn't say Steph Curry was as good as Michael Jordan. I'm saying
they're not on the same shelf.
For what? If there's different trophies, man. It don't have to be a 7 foot. If Michael Jordan's trophy is 7 foot tall and Steph Curry's trophy is 5 feet tall, and they're on the same shelf, what does that mean?
So what I'm saying is, if Michael Jordan's trophy is 7 feet tall, and to me LeBron's trophy is 6'11", but when I looked at LeBron, I thought, is that going to be a 7'1" trophy? I wound up 6'11", pretty close.
Okay, let me give you a different analogy.
I'm saying I look at Wemby thinking, does he wind up with the tallest trophy ever?
So you heard the exchange there. What are my thoughts about this? Look, guys, Max Kellerman isn't breaking any news. The only thing that's newsworthy about what he said is the fact is who he said it to. Like, that's the only part about this. Is like, man, that's great. Like, that's the only part. Max Kellerman isn't saying something that most NBA fans know. Now, he did go off into some kind of weird thing when they were talking about shells and trophies, and Michael Jordan's trophy is like 7 feet and LeBron's trophy is 7. Bro, what, Max, you know I've been a huge supporter of yours throughout the years. Marcellus Wiley knows. What you talking about trophies, man? What trophies and shells and all? No, it's not close. It's not close. Say it with your chest, Max. And I know Max always says stuff with his chest, but come on, man. Come on with it, Max. It ain't close. You ain't gotta butter his ass up. Nah, give it to him the real way it's supposed to be given. Like, it's not close. It's just not close. I've said this on numerous occasions, and I'm going to reiterate what I said. Michael Jordan is the only NBA player that, the more I have researched this guy, the freakier his accomplishments are. You find out freaky, like he did that and that and that in the same, like he's the only one. The deeper you go in a rabbit hole, it just gets more mind blowing. Number one. Number two, he's the only NBA player that I've seen play basketball, and you're looking at this guy and you're like, okay, this is not normal. His movements, the way he jumps, it's not normal. And there's been no other basketball player that I have ever seen with my own two eyes that gave me that same feeling. The only person I watched where I was in absolute awe, and I used to say to myself, how is this guy this good, was Kobe Bryant. I used to watch Kobe because I didn't watch MJ play live. I saw some of his Wizards games, but I'm old enough to watch. And I used to watch Kobe and say, how is this guy this good? How is he this good? Like, it's like mind-blowing. MJ is something else. It's something else. We're now talking about the eye test. You know, the first way you evaluate players based off of what it's not. No. So this thing of the trophy 7 feet tall and the trophy has 12 legs and this and that. No, there's no. It ain't. It's not 1 inch of separation between them. Using whatever example that they were trying. No, it's not. It's not that. Michael Jordan is on a totally different level. Period. End of story. But I gotta hand it to Max for saying this to Rich Paul's face. Had it been somebody else, Steve Nash, he would have probably just went up there and twerked it up all over the table. Max Kellerman is not doing that. And I think by him doing so is giving the show more credibility. That's a good show where one person has a genuine point of view, the other person has their own point of view, and they're disagreeing, and you're not just up there agreeing to everything that guy said. That's a good show. And so therefore, I think these guys have a good show because Max is pushing back and he's giving his own opinions, which I think makes it good. So I think this show is better than Mind the Game, for sure. It's not even close. This show is better than that. This is just my take on things. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.